Hello, we are Roberto Rojas, Michelle Cruz, and Rebeca Leal, and we'll be presenting 3 effective strategies to learn a foreign language.
Did you know that by reinforcing brain connections through language learning, one may prevent cognitive dwindle? This can delay Alzheimer's disease.
This statement can make us wonder, how can I improve my language skills? Viewing language learning as a positive competence may incline us to consider its benefits. If you go to another country, there are more chances that you can communicate with native speakers, which widens your worldview. As the world continues to globalize, learning a foreign language and being bilingual can increase our chances of cultivating meaningful relationships regardless of geographical location.
Through content consumption, studying through apps, and engaging with native speakers, one can expertly articulate a new language.
From our personal experience, we have realized that content consumption can help us achieve language skills one may not develop through a textbook. For most of us, learning a second language comes as a task given to us at school. This leads to a very narrow vision in which learning a new language becomes boring homework. Having an intrinsic desire to learn is a game changer. And this is what Dr. Asenjo, Asensio, and Rodriguez from Universidad Autónoma de Madrid came to call informal learning. Through this lens, we are our own teachers. As a result, we feel like agents of our own learning process because we have control over our own curriculum. It motivates us through emotional involvement. This can be achieved by reading a book, watching a movie, or listening to a podcast. In this way, we view language learning the same way native speakers do, and we learn to speak casually. In 3rd grade, I was enrolled in an American school, which meant I would be taking all of my classes in English. I had never experienced that before, and I can confidently say that I did not understand a single word that was said to me. I felt isolated because I couldn't express myself like my classmates. It wasn't until my teacher pulled out a book by Roald Dahl, and every day we'd read for an hour. Little by little, I started coming out of my shell, spoke to my classmates, and even used some words that I learned in the book. For me, reading was such an important tool to understand English that I can't imagine any other way that I could have achieved what I did as a child. In less than a year, I was talking like my classmates.
Educations that its main function is provide grammar, listening, and reading information, exercises, and exams to the students, such as Duolingo's app. Above all the tools it gives you, it is completely free, and that is a great deal for someone that does not want to spend money on apps. According to several opinions, Duolingo's app actually works, but here the opinions can get a little bit divided because some people think that this app only works on people with previous knowledge of the language. Another opinion is that when it comes to practice to learn more vocabulary or more basic sentences, it works even on level 0. But when it comes to try to be fluent in a language, it won't be enough. Besides, some users tell that the app is just a way to study and that it won't be able to teach you fluently after finishing all the levels and exercises. The relevance of this strategy is very clear. In order to achieve practice, do not stop practicing and engage other skills. An app is helpful and more in the moments that our agenda is full. And we don't have time when we do not have money, or if one is just too bored of learning from school, this app could be the solution because it is very interactive. Also, my honest experience with the app is that it doesn't really help when it comes to being fluent, but it is amazing when you want to practice reading, writing, and sometimes listening. And when I don't have much time to go to some schools, or if I cannot practice because of any situation, the app is my favorite way to practice during the day. And it is very visual. It has an amazing design and you will never get bored.
The final strategy that we think could be very useful is finding ways to talk with native speakers. This has many advantages, mainly that you can improve your language skills and gain confidence by doing so. According to the University College London, one can improve their English skills by reading out loud, slowing the words to pronounce them correctly, and listening very carefully to whoever is speaking. As a result, we learn how to pronounce certain words. This acquires practice at home, but it's much better when you engage in a conversation with a native speaker, because the other person can tell you when you are pronouncing the words correctly. Also, you can ask them when you don't understand what they are saying, and they can repeat it slowly. It's also an amazing tool because it's not formal, so you can let loose and learn some slang. Nowadays, social media has expanded our horizons. Through these apps, we can have conversation with people from all over the world and achieve this easily. When I was an exchange student in Germany, I experienced this, and it really helped me to speak more fluently. I also learned something that not a lot of people speak of, and is that you can also improve your confidence when speaking a new language. And that's because many foreigners are nice people, so they'll tell you that your second language is really great. By having this interaction, I really enjoy speaking to that person, which improved my fluency.
Traditional learning methods are great, but we can help ourselves through content consumption, studying apps, and engaging with native speakers. That way, we continue expanding our knowledge of the language.
Learning a new language is so much more than sitting in a class and listening to a lecture. Humans can learn in so many ways, which is why exploring new methods can help us develop a fuller understanding of any language.